welcome to the Church of Thomas. Hating Satan, 10/14/07. There have been many trials in my life. I look back sometimes and wonder at the life that I have led. Until I was old enough to figure out just how I felt, that it was a natural set of circumstances. My wonderful grandfather helped me to deal with many of the problems I faced as a child. When I was an adult, I learned for myself how much harm he had taken to protect me. I always loved him and looked up to him. Now I feel a deep admiration too. He died a while back, but I still talk to him. I won't bore you with the details. It would take a book to share it all. It definitely would not even be an outline in the 3 pages I allow myself for sermons. Don't want to keep you people sleeping. Here are some low points. I was sick often as a kid, sometimes with no apparent cause. The doctors thought that my mom was not feeding me because I did not grow and was very thin. I had to tell the doctors myself how much I was eating. I ate constantly, often more than my dad. Since the refrigerator was always full, neither of my parents really knew how much I was eating. God told me, and I knew that I did not eat all the time. I would die. I still associate skinny with death. I felt the pain of others, both physical and emotional. Sometimes it was hard to know what was mine and what was from someone else. Grandpa taught me how to control it. Being out on my grandpa's boat helped me a great deal. Feeling other people's pain did come in handy. It saved my brother's life one time. I found my soulmate. It was wonderful. And then it suddenly cut short by death. They were murdered. That was the first time I directly connected the dots that this was a persecution from Satan's people. Let's just say my hatred hit an all-time high at that point in my life. Satan meant this loss to cripple me emotionally. It certainly did that. It was meant to take me out of the battle. That it did not do. I kept fighting. I fought the desire to die. God would not let me come home. I now understand why I was not allowed. At the time, I was very frustrated, seeing no point in going on. I quit making friends and isolated myself. Finally, I clawed my way out of the pit I had dug for myself. It took a while to get out. I fell in love more times, but it was never the same. It was not really fair to them. I finally spiraled into an abusive situation. This started right after God told me to start my mission. Later I realized the connection. Satan did not want me to full speed again. I told God that I just could not start without my partner. It was almost 8 years after that I turned it over to God. God freed me from the trap I had fallen into. I fell in because, like Jonah, I did not go when I was asked to start working for God. That was 5 years ago. There have been some really hard problems to overcome. Even more hitting the fan every day. I'm doing better than I have in decades. I am now strong enough to fight back. All my worries about not being strong enough were wiped away. I found that I was given all my partner would have received for our mission, in addition to my own. Because of these things that happened in my life, I had developed a deep, abiding hatred of Satan. I hated the people in his employ. I hated the demons. I thought it was okay to feel this hate. I never realized the trap I had set for myself. When you hate, it is very easy to add other people to your list. Now don't get me wrong, these people are the lowest slaves of Satan. They have made many parts of my life a living hell. They deserve all they have coming to them, but I'm not their judge. Something changed dramatically when God started in with the dreams. These are the dreams that are written in the book. They were fierce dreams. Many of them reminded me of some of the worst times in my life. Through these dreams, I was able to fight free of the hatred. I still really dislike some folks now, but I do not hate them anymore. One of the stories was about a rabid dog. It has many lessons in it, in its theme. The morals of the story were numerous. One is that only courage blended with compassion could work when fighting the rabid dog. One was the things you have to do to deal with evil. You can try to heal it, You can try to isolate it. When all else fails, you must put it out of its misery. The emphasis in the story was that without the lack of fear and a deep compassion, you could not end the stalemate. It was a very inspiring story for me. Some of the dreams after that were to deal with my hatred. Hero was trying to become a minister, and forgiveness was eluding me. This was my biggest stumbling block. I was so comfortable with it, I saw no need to change it. Well, God had other plans. Then I had a dream that was not a story. It was about Satan. I had been studying the Reconciler Gospel of Thomas when something clicked, and it became very clear the message built into it. It is Reconciler Gospel of Thomas, verse 107. Jesus said, "The kingdom is like a shepherd who had 100 sheep. The largest of them went astray. The shepherd left the 99 sheep because they were safe. The shepherd looked for the one until he was found. When he had gone to the trouble, he said to the sheep, 'I care for you more than the 99 because you were lost and now you are found.'" This verse and the dream and the verse from the Bible did the job of making me understand. The Bible verse follows. James 4:11 and 12. "Brothers, do not slander one another. Anyone who speaks against his brother or judges him speaks against the law and judges it. When you judge the law, you are not keeping it, but sitting in judgment on it. There is only one lawgiver and judge, the only one who is able to save and destroy. But you who are not the judge, who are you to judge your neighbor?" In the dream, God showed me how we are all children of God. All the people and every angel that God made are children of God. That includes even the angels that have turned from God, the demons and Satan. They are my brothers. How can I hate someone who may be welcomed home someday? From the Reconciler Gospel of Thomas verse, I got that God had not given up on Satan and still hopes someday Satan will come home and be good. He is the ultimate prodigal son. Until he apologizes, he is not welcome, but he will be greeted warmly if he ever does repent. I realized that my hatred of Satan was harming me, not Satan. I pity Satan now. I pray that he and the other demons come to their senses one day before it is too late. It has made my life a lot easier letting the hatred go. It has healed me. It won't stop me from kicking their butts. However, now it is my job, not a vendetta. Try to let your hatred go. Don't let it eat you up inside. You will be able to forgive much more readily if you can. Just take it one step at a time. God bless the whole world, no exception.